Hey there, Reverend Sully, Eric O'Sullivan, ordained on the internet. As always, the caveat, please do not burn your hands holding on to my hot takes. If you do, then that's on you. Today is about Star Trek. What is this? This is the IDIC symbol from Vulcan. It means an infinite diversity is infinite combinations. And from a small child, I've been watching Star Trek, the original series. I knew Star Trek before Star Wars. And it's been a huge part of my life. And guess who I am? I'm a Spock. I'm a Mr. Spock. I have a logical side, and I have a deeply emotional side too. And I question things. And Mr. Spock is pretty much my spirit animal when it comes to Star Trek. But this video in particular is going out to my internet friend, Robert Meyer Burnett of the Robservatory. He's got a great channel. If you're not subscribed to RMB, you got to stop what you're doing and click that subscribe button. I'll put his link in the description below. He's probably the most fair-minded YouTube creator out there in this whole ocean of fandom and what seems to be outrage culture as well. He's a huge Star Trek fan, probably bigger than me. He's a movie producer and he's literally worked on as a Paramount employee, as a Star Trek expert. He's worked on the Star Trek Enterprise and Star Trek The Next Generation Blu-ray box sets, making the production, the behind-the-scenes content, and he did all these documentaries. He worked on it for a couple of years. He's also involved in one of the biggest fan films called Axanar. It didn't pan out, but Robert is a huge Star Trek fan, and he knows his Trek. Coming to what we call NuTrek, and Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Picard, Star Trek Lower Decks, and the new stuff coming out of Hollywood. It's under the auspices of Secret Hideout, Alex Kurtzman's production company. And it's been taken over by ideology, agendas, and didactic moments over Star Trek storytelling. So much so, Mr. Kurtzman himself said last year that Star Trek is being used less as a place for Star Trek stories and more for agendas and social policies. He's literally said this last year at the online Star Trek convention. I mean, it's out there. I'm not making this up. It's about agenda, not about Star Trek stories. You have an entire section of fandom who hate the old fans because we're not progressive enough to embrace their ideology, and that we say that, hey, this is bullshit. Where's our Star Trek stories? This is not a Star Trek story. Oh, it's always been political. Yeah, you're full of shit. Seriously. And I'm on the wrong side of history for having this. Well, what I did last year was I got blocked by CBS All Access, the online streaming service that is the host of Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Picard, because I have problems with the direction of this new show. I literally said, after the Red Letter Media review of Picard, that Picard was torture porn. Visually, it looks like an Eli Roth hostile movie. If you know Eli Roth's grotesque torture porn horror movies, then you know what I'm talking about. And if for the queasy and faint of heart, I would not suggest it. Or Star Trek Picard. I mean, it's just downright gruesome. And Star Trek you could put in front of children at one time. Could you put this in front of children now? Would you? Why? You want to scar them? Huh. And Star Trek Discovery, it's pandering. It's badly written. And Robert Meyer Burnett has a lot of opinions about these. And guess what happened to him last week? He got blocked on Star Trek Day by CBS. Actually, sorry. They've rebranded as Paramount Plus. So Paramount Plus blocked Robert Meyer Burnett. And that is who they are. This is criticism. And they can't take criticism. All criticism is bad. All criticism is mind crime. No, I don't buy that one bloody bit. No. I don't, and I'm not watching the shows. Hey, actor Will Wheaton, who I love and adore and respect, whose blog back in 2012 inspired me to go to therapy because of his own struggles, his sharing of stories with his panic and anxiety. Will Wheaton, God bless you. I love you. You helped me get the help. He actually responded to a tweet of mine. He said, good on ya, because I shared a blog with him about his impact on me. But fast forward to today, he would tell me that go find something else to do. Because I don't agree with the direction of what they're producing. And wow, how am I supposed to want to spend my attention or my money on this new product? I don't want to. Hey, you see those? Those are my Enterprises. There's the Enterprise Original, the Enterprise A, and the Enterprise D. I love Star Trek. It's a huge part of my life. But I'm excluded. Why? Because I disagree with the narrative and with the agenda and with the constant pandering. There is no room for us. I don't accept that. I don't accept that one bit. Yet, by seeing Robert Meyer Burnett get blocked on Twitter by Paramount Plus for his criticisms of Star Trek, that's the self-evident proof. What do you need to know when you have the most fair-minded YouTube commentator and personality who lives and breathes Star Trek? When this individual gets blocked by Paramount Plus, how is that right? How is that fair? How is that inclusive? How is that progressive? How is that... When did criticism, and fair-minded criticism, we're not talking about toxic outrage culture. We're not talking about bashing the creators. Sure, we have problems with the agenda-laden stuff. We're just not buying it, the old fans. But to be ostracized, that is their tactic. It's a tactic. What are they trying to do? Shame us into capitulation? I can only be accepted as a Star Trek fan if I, sorry for using the metaphor, but swallow this uncle cock. Here's some uncle cock in your mouth. Here you go. That is my personal feelings about, oh my God, I don't want, ew, you're making me grossing out. You're grossing me out with all this horrible imagery. Like on Star Trek Discovery, nobody uses phasers on stun anymore. This is the show that set phasers to stun. You should see the amount of people they willfully just kill. And just, it's all about feelings and talking in hallways. And yeah, it's poorly executed. Yet there's no room for criticism. Because criticism means that you're guilty of mind crime. And so am I. And so is Robert Meyer Burnett. So I stand with Robert, I stand with myself, and we stand in the old fandom. I'm going to wrap this up because I'm getting long in the tooth. I got to make these videos shorter. But yeah, Robert Meyer Burnett got blocked on Twitter by Star Trek at Paramount Plus because he is guilty of mind crime. I wear it as a badge of honor, some pips on my collar. And yeah, Star Trek. It ends in 2005 with the cancellation of Enterprise. Once J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot started the movies in 2009, this is a literal 25% different IP, intellectual property, so they can reap the benefits of merchandise and they haven't. The toys don't sell. There are no toys, really. And it's the golden goose is dead. And that's about it. So thank you very much for tuning in. Give me a thumbs up if you like this content. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't like this content. I'm a big lad. I can handle it. Leave a comment in the comment section. And give me a subscribe if you feel like it. Live long and prosper. IDIC, an infinite combination is infinite diversity. An infinite diversity is infinite combination. Okay? And always remember the original series, E Plebnista. It's when Kirk found an alternate Earth with the Constitution, and he said, this applies to both sides. We, the people, E Plebnista. Okay? That apparently doesn't fit anymore. Why? Well, you know the answer, don't you? Cheers. God bless. Thank you, Robert Meyer Burnett, as well. You're an inspiration to me. You've inspired me. You really have. And give him a subscribe. Thank you so very much. You have a great day. And, yeah. Avoid Star Trek, new Star Trek. I am going to buy all the DVDs of all the old stuff. Yeah. And thank you. Cheers.